This is the Marathon Handbook Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Doyle, and I am joined, as always, by my partners in crime, Katelyn Tocci and Alex Cyr. Guys, we did it. We've crossed the great threshold. We're now in 2026. Katelyn, is this going to be the greatest running year of your life? No pressure.
Oh, geez. No pressure. You know, another year older, but I feel like it just may be, Michael. I feel good. I feel strong.
I like it.
I feel strong.
Yes.
I feel confident. I've got some big goals this year. I know Alex does too. And some of those are actually coming up for both of us because someone is competing this weekend. Right, Alex?
Yeah, I'm 5 days away.
You're 5 days away.
You nervous?
No, I feel good. But it was it's a really weird time to prep for a race because everyone around you in Christmas time is going through this the year is over. Let's put things behind us. It's like these 2 days of liminality pre-2026, post-25. And I'm 2 weeks away from my big day. It's hard to relate to your family when you're doing your peak. You say what?
It's hard to relate to your family as a runner always.
Yeah, you said we passed the threshold. We haven't passed the threshold. I'm deep in threshold.
You're literally about to do a threshold run after we stop recording this podcast.
Literally, yeah. So no, the 2025 doesn't end for me until January 11th. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. I think that's because everyone just wants to eat. They want to drink. They want to be merry. They want to have fun over the holidays. And you and I had to just keep training. I switched around some of my runs because I'm doing a 10 miler on a week from Sunday. So I'll be running the weekend after, Alex. And so I've also been killing myself training these past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I've tried to move it around, to be a little more social and not to kind of just isolate myself the whole holiday season. But it is hard to train right through the holidays like that because no one understands you except we. We all understand each other.
The one bonus, free food, free treats all the time.
Everywhere you go.
You're just
on demand.
powering through the cows because you
need to.
The oven, the furnace is burning hot and
what
it
is
burns
it?
Anything.
If the burner ferns hot enough, anything will fern.
There are Christmas cookies everywhere. That's
Welcome
all I
to
care
Between
about.
Two Ferns.
Yes.
Well,
now, Katelyn, I need to know this. You're in San Jose, Costa Rica. Not a whole lot of snow this time of year, I imagine. Do people decorate the palm trees?
Yes, everyone decorates for Christmas here. The streets, the houses look amazing. And we all do get pine trees, Christmas trees for the house. So there are pine trees and right up in the mountain here, maybe a couple kilometers from my house, there are Christmas tree farms with pine trees. So we did have a beautiful pine tree for Christmas, all decorated and that. So it is very Christmassy. It was weird in the beginning not to be cold and not to have snow around Christmas, but guess what? I'm over it.
Yeah, you get used to that pretty quickly.
Pretty quickly.
Now, did anybody get any running gifts for Christmas from Santa?
Santa brought me bicarb.
Mike.
Santa brought you bicarb. Santa knows you well.
And Santa was my sister. She's like, what do you want? Wow. And I was like, these pills. That's what I told her. I was like, I want these pills. They're pills and they're this thing container. And she looks at me, she's like, are these legal?
I was just going to say, she's like, is my brother doping?
Yeah, it's is this he wants pills to make him run faster? I was like, no, it's good. They're legal. So far.
Your sister gave you the gift of potentially pooping yourself in a race.
Yeah, 50-50. The old Pandora's box of bicarb, which I won't use at Houston. I think I'll experiment this spring.
I would not. I would not experiment in Houston. And it took us a whole 4 minutes to mention poop. There we go.
We're doing well in 2026 already. This is great.
Common themes are the key to good podcasting.
Exactly.
That's right.
So, speaking of today's podcast, we got something special to ring in the new year, which is devised a list. List making is so much fun. We have devised a list of the 26 most influential people in running in 2026. See what we did there?
Do we know the future?
We have a good sense of the future, I would say. If anybody knows the future of running, it would be the three of us. I hope.
Course.
Just pat ourselves in the back here.
Or TCS futurist, Bill Quinn.
Oh, that guy. I mean, that guy.
Oh, yes.
He does know the future.
He knows the future.
He is the future. There you go. So we've got the top 26 people we feel will be the most influential in 2026 in the running world. It includes very famous runners. It includes a very famous person or two that are not famous for running per se.
Mm-hmm.
It includes captains of industry, CEOs, shoe designers, watchdogs, real journalists. Yes, there are a couple of them left in running. And podcasters as well. We give our fellow podcasters a kudos in our top 26 most influential people in running in 2026. So we're going to go, as all good list making entails, we're going to go descending order from 26 all the way down to 1. And we're going to talk about some of the honorable mentions, some people that we left off the list. I think this list could have been 200 people long easily.
Yes.
We had a top 50. We whittled it down to top 26. Katelyn and Alex both hate one of the picks.
I had a couple, actually.
Hate is a strong word, Michael. Maybe we just strongly disagree that they should be on the list.
No, I hate a couple.
You'll make sure to mention the ones that you hate.
So last January, 2 weeks before the Houston Half Marathon, my coach made me do what he called the impossible workout. 30 minutes at threshold pace, followed by 1 kilometer of kicking, even faster. All of it at half marathon pace, which for me is about 4:56 per mile.
You had to slide that one in there, didn't you, Cyr?
My point is that running on frozen roads near my house in Toronto to do this workout sounded daunting, and going to some gym and running on a regular treadmill sounded even worse. Luckily, Michael had a Wahoo KICKR Run treadmill stashed in his home in northern Toronto, and so I took advantage of that last winter.
So that's why you kept coming over to my house all the time.
I mean, I also came for the company.
Sure.
And mainly for the KICKR Run's run-free mode, where the treadmill uses sensors to adjust its carpet speed so that it can respond to your running speed in real time. So it responds to you, and not the other way around. Now that was helpful for the workout's kick portion, so I could accelerate naturally without having to worry about pressing buttons all the time. The treadmill also comes with the lateral tilt feature, which will simulate the angles of running on a natural terrain. So every step is not the same, which is a good thing. And it's kind of like if you're running outdoors. And bonus, the KICKR Run connects with a laundry list of third-party apps, including Strava, the Wahoo Run app, and Zwift, so you can run free in Watopia.
It's quiet, simple, and effective. The treadmill follows you and not the other way around. It's available in the US, the UK, Germany, and Austria. And now you can get a free Headwind smart fan worth $319 when you order the KICKR Run from Wahoo Fitness using the promo code MHRUN. That's all one word, MHRUN. Take our word for it, as well as the professional athletes that use it, including ultra runner David Roche, triathlete Chelsea Sodero, Olympic gold medalist Cole Hawker.
And now, me!
All right, guys, let's get right into it. We'll pass the ball around. We'll each take a turn announcing each one. I will go first. Number 26, our first entry in our top 26 most influential runners and people in running, I guess you could say, in 2026. At number 26, I've got OG YouTuber Casey Neistat.
Nice.
As the number 26 on our list. So Casey Neistat, he runs the New York City Marathon almost every year. He has a massive, massive YouTube following. Most of his YouTube content is about everything other than running, but running trickles in more and more. And I think he's becoming more and more obsessed with running in the last few years. And he made a couple of really excellent videos around New York this year. He's cracked 3 hours in the marathon, which is pretty impressive.
Nice.
Yeah. So
okay.
Guy who's like a dyed-in-the-wool runner, very passionate about it. And also the neat thing about him in 2025 when he ran the New York City Marathon is he did not run it in super shoes.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe he ran a pair of trainers. I think they were Brooks. So,
ooh, I did not know that.
Yeah, interesting guy.
Watch that video.
Yeah, he makes great content.
I didn't know he was such a fast runner because I was watching some content on him and he kind of painted running for him as like what he does as his mental out. Like he just needs it, right? Because of all of the content. Well, especially when he began creating content, he said that he used running as like the first thing that he did in the morning to kind of just like have that space and be creative and think about what he was going to do. But I didn't know that he was a sub-3 runner. That's impressive.
He is, and I don't think he gets the respect that he deserves. So we've labeled some other celebrity who rhymes with Mary Piles as the fastest celebrity in running
give
right
away.
now. I mean,
Come
everyone
on.
knew he was going to be somewhere on this
list.
list.
We'll get to that later. Where will Harry Styles fall? He is on the list. Where will he fall is the big question.
But
nice
where
tease there.
But where is he on the list of fast celebrities? Under Casey Neistat. So, yeah.
He is technically. That's true.
257 for Mr. Neistat. So I'm a fan. I like that pick.
Okay. Nice. Good pick.
I'm going to reveal two people, number 25 and number 24. Number 25, by virtue of being maybe the first athlete to go under 2 hours in the marathon this year. I'm going to throw Jacob Kaplimo up here on this list.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Kaplimo, just roll with me here.
Okay. We're already calling an audible on this list. Okay.
He's going off script. He's going.
Listen, okay.
You just commandeered the list.
Listeners,
I like it. Okay,
I liked it.
Yeah,
I was like, do I have the right list? No,
I know.
it's okay.
It is the right list, and you'll understand why. Mr. Kaplimo is one of, let's say, three athletes who have a realistic chance at going under 2 hours.
Yes.
And if he does so in 2026, he will go down in history forever, and doing so by wearing, likely, the product of our number 24 most influential.
I see what you did there.
I see what you did. Okay, good. Well done, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
The self-segue. I like that.
The self-segue. Yeah. What are you guys even doing here? I could do this myself. Class is in session, folks, because Mr. Brett Schoolmeister is our number 4 shoe designer for Nike. So we've met him. We chatted with him.
Yep.
We have reason to believe that Nike's going to have a big year in the world of super shoes, not only because we've talked to him, but also this is just a trend that happens. Nike dominates for a couple years. Other brands catch up. Other brands right now are actually a little bit ahead of Nike, I would say, in the super shoe game.
Yep.
He is teed up for a massive, teed up?
Challenge?
Grand slam? A big slam dunk?
Can't say Grand Slam.
Yeah, that's so 2025.
Not on our list.
Not on our list. I was going to say,
time.
Michael Johnson is not on the list. Okay.
Yeah. But we've seen a couple things from Nike that I think in the future will come fast. Some interesting patents for something that we're prospectively calling smart shoes with midsoles that change. But also, I just think we know there's a prototype on the shoes of some of the top athletes in the world. We don't know much about it.
Yeah, we're going to see an Alpha Fly 4 this year, I think.
Would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, or whatever they're going to call it. But we'll call it the Alpha Fly 4 for now because we don't have a name for it. The next super shoe that Nike comes out with. So that's why Mr. Brett Schoolmeister, I think he's I don't know the exact title, but he's a head shoe designer at Nike. So he is, you've messed with our list already, Cyr. So he's number 24.
Yeah, now I don't know. What number is it? What number am I on now?
No, he's number 24. Now we're on track.
Now we're on 20. Okay, so now I've got 23.
It's a list of 26. 26.
Oh, okay. That's right. Good point. We had 25.
Oh, Alex, nice work. Okay.
There's a method to all this.
We only had 25 in our finalist list. Whoops.
I called an audible and put Kaplimo on there because he deserves to be there. Anyway.
Okay. No, I agree. Nice addition. So for number 23, I'm going to talk about someone who, let's just say, is trying to hold integrity in the sport. So we've got probably one of the most feared people for marathoners, or at least marathoners who are dishonest, is we've got Derek Murphy, right? He's our internet sleuth, right? Who, through marathon investigation, has been catching those who are trying to or cutting courses or cheating at marathons. And so he's probably one of the most feared people for those who are not playing by the rules. So I think that he's pretty controversial, and maybe a lot of people, I don't know if they like, what he's doing or not, or think that it's worth the time. But to be honest, integrity in the sport to me is very important, and cheating is not okay. No matter who it is, whether you're an elite runner or a recreational runner, maybe it hits a little home for me because it happened to me personally on a course once where in a 100-miler, and I ran Tark a bunch of years ago, I was getting to all of the aid stations, and I was in first place, and every time I got to the aid station, the girl who was behind me was always in front of me, and it was a very windy course. And at some point, I finally said, "This is the third time that I've seen you at an aid station that you've never passed me. So what's going on?" And she turned to me and she said, "I'll do whatever it takes to win this race." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Well, I will not." So
Rosie
I will not
Ruiz of
cheat.
the trail.
Exactly. So I said, well, so there's someone out there trying to do good and trying to make people honest. So I think that's why he probably got a spot on our list, because he's just trying to do the good deed.
Controversial guy. I think he's a love him or hate him guy for sure. But Marathon Investigations, a website that I think if you find yourself on that site or on his social media feed, you're going to have a bad day. In at number 22, we've got Lord Sebastian Coe, the head of World Athletics, the most powerful sportocrat in running. I think he's going to have a big year because I think World Athletics now that the Grand Slam Track League has basically fallen on its face and is all but done for good, I think this clears the way for World Athletics to retain or step back into being the true number one overlord of all things track and field. And they've got the Ultimate Championships, which is a new concept that they've come up with, I think in response to Grand Slam, Grand Slam has ultimately kind of failed. So be like, I don't know what the difference between the World Championships and the Ultimate Championships is, but I know they're giving away quite a bit of money and they're trying to hype it up quite a bit. Whether or not World Athletics can get out of its own way and let professional athletes actually be professional athletes is a different story altogether. But a list of the most influential people in running would not be complete without Seb Coe on it at this stage, I would say.
It's kind of like he has the potential to do something big, because I agree. And this is a pick that you yourself did not like, Michael. And I actually really like it because he's got the potential to put something in place. World Athletics could be the next Grand Slam. They could offer something fun. They have this type of platform. They just need to get their heads out of their butts.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I was reading is that, the prize purse or the prize fund is around like $10 million and winners would be getting $150,000. And so I think that's more money than athletes have seen in the past. And so I guess in a response to Grand Slam Track League, and see if we can hype it up a little bit, just like Grand Slam tried to do and couldn't do. So now let's see what the Ultimate Championships can do for us in 2026.
Number 21. Very different than Seb Coe.
Yeah, I don't think this guy and Seb Coe particularly hang out, let's say. Or maybe Seb Coe doesn't attend his massive 5K events, but it's the musician, Diplo. Named after my favorite dinosaur.
This is a tricky one. This is a controversial pick, I'd say.
I kind of came around to Diplo. I said
one of you 20 minutes, Alex has come around to Diplo.
Yeah, well, one of you put him on the list because I didn't, but it comes down to when you try to decide what influence actually means, right? How is it that Diplo is influential? Well, okay, look at his Strava. First of all, he's got 11,000 Strava followers, so people clearly care about his running. Doesn't run that much. His biggest running week in the second half of 2025 was 40 kilometers, so I wouldn't say that he's a Casey Neistat or a Harry Styles type of celebrity runner, but he gets people out there. And so I got to give it to him.
Exactly.
He hosts these 5Ks, Diplo Run Club, across the United States. Sometimes there's a concert afterwards. I think he's actually gotten to have a lot of people moving. So I'm kind of on the Diplo train.
Okay that he's
I kind of understand that he's there.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I think so too, Alex. I think that for me, there are two things that I'm looking at that kind of define influence. And one of them is inspiring large numbers of people to get into running, right? So we want to get a lot more people into the sport because, this is our job. This is what we do. And it's also our passion. This is what we want. So if he is helping and he is contributing to getting more people to run and to love the sport, then he's being an influential character for me. So I just feel that if he continues that next year, then there you go. He's going to inspire more and more runners and we're going to become a bigger community.
He's got to up his mileage a little bit, though.
Are you Strava stalking him?
I did.
You did
this morning.
Fun question would be like, who runs the most on this list and who runs the least on this list? That's a
that's
very
interesting
different list. Yeah. All right. So, Katelyn, who we got?
Okay,
at
it's my
20?
turn. All right. So for number 20, we have Matt Taylor. So Matt Taylor is the founder of the indie running company Tracksmith, which is New England. My backyard up there. So in 2026, what we're thinking is that this is going to be a big make or break year for Tracksmith because they were kind of like the original indie running brand, right?
Yeah.
They're what started all. But now they have a lot of competition, right? The landscape has changed. The indie space is a little crowded. And so they kind of have to make a big move this year. So we're expecting something big from them because they kind of have to stay in the game.
You're wearing Tracksmith right now, Alex. We discovered before we hit record on this. It's like, what is that nice sweater that you got on?
I love that jacket or sweater, whatever it is. Loving it.
Thank you. I'm wearing Tracksmith. I actually really love this sweater. Tracksmith, for me, has been a bit of an enigma. I always was intrigued by their stuff. I was never fully sold. I'm still trying to figure out if they are a lifestyle or performance brand. There's something in the middle. And I don't know. Because there are so many apparel brands now, my take on how a brand will succeed from the apparel world to the shoe world to the running world at large in 2026 is, I feel like you almost have to pick a side. You almost have to be the best apparel brand or a really high-performing shoe brand. So I think they have a challenge ahead of them.
Caitlin, I think you nailed it on the head with them. I think that their 2026 is going to be a huge year for Tracksmith. I think that they just dominated this. They created a niche of like indie brand in running, and now there's so much competition that 2026 will be a big inflection point for them. They got a super shoe out now. They tried to get into the trail space in the last year. Be interesting to see if they continue to try to do the trail thing, even though a lot of people were not happy about them showing up on the trails. I think Matt Taylor and Tracksmith are at a really big inflection point. Okay.
And their stuff is really sharp looking. At least to me, like I saw this jacket. I love it. The super shoes with the gold stripe.
Very pretty.
Very beautiful shoes. I'd love to try them sometime. But like, I don't know about the performance of the shoes. I need to try them out. I'm excited to try them. But the look, they have the look, at least for me, that I absolutely love. So we'll see what comes next.
Number 19, right above Tracksmith, and this might be purposeful, are
I think it is.
Nick and Tim West, who are the brothers and co-founders of I'd say the of the moment hipster brand in running, Bandit. Bandit's a Brooklyn-based running brand that has taken the road running world in particular by storm in the last couple of years. You go to a marathon major, they have got an exclusive pop-up going on. They've commandeered some shop in a bougie neighborhood, and everyone's lining up to get the exclusive Bandit gear. They started as a sock company, I think kind of like right around the pandemic. So they're not an old company at all. But for me, they signal kind of where this very increasingly competitive indie kind of super trendy running space is going. And they've aligned quite a bit with ASICS. There's a lot of rumors out there that ASICS will one day try to acquire them, perhaps one day soon, perhaps for an incredible amount of money is my speculation. So I would say Nick and Tim West, we put them right above Tracksmith because I think the power ranking the trending arrow is up for Bandit. And I think it's flat for Tracksmith right now. I hate to say it.
So that's the thing.
They're competitors.
You've made the call that more people will be talking about Bandit than there will be people talking about Tracksmith, which I actually think is a hot take. I'm a little bearish on Bandit as having that strong a presence in the running world, because I think that they are competing against a few that are, I think, interchangeable right now. Tracksmith, that to me is on another level. They have shoes. I still think they have a bigger presence. But what separates Bandit from Satisfy, from Say Sky? You say it's the New York presence, which
it's a
might
big
not be
factor.
crazy.
Yeah. I think it's just who you're going after. I think Bandit is connecting with Gen Z, and I think Tracksmith is the millennial brand. There, I said it.
Millennials got the money though.
That's true. They do have the money. That's true. All right. Who's it? Who?
Oh, I think it's me.
Who's taking the ball next?
Oh,
Alex is 18.
I get to present this dynamic duo. So there have been many runners who became content creators, who became media personalities. Many have flamed out and failed. These two, we have them on our list because I guess we're betting that they will not fail. And there's a reason for that. So of course I'm talking about Des Linden and Kara Goucher, who've teamed up for a podcast. We've seen them kind of all over the running world.
Yeah.
They're legends of running. I think what's special about the two of them is that between both of them, they have their hand in kind of everything. Des is in the trail world now. Kara Goucher came up in the NCAA system, which is a very recognizable thing to many people who follow running, many Americans. She ended up being an Olympian. She was with Nike for a long time, Nike Oregon Project for a while. Basically, they can talk with experience about pretty much anything that elite runners, but also running fans identify with. So Des Linden, Kara Goucher. Nobody asked us. That's the podcast.
I love the name of the podcast. That's great. And they're just both wonderful to follow. I love their personalities, and they're both very big idols of mine as runners. And so it's just great to have them kind of leading the way and chatting, and everyone wants to listen to what they have to say. So they say nobody asked us, but it doesn't matter. Everyone wants to listen to them anyway. Okay, and coming in at number 17, we have Hugh Brasher, who is the race director of the London Marathon. Now, the London Marathon, when I think about the London Marathon, obviously it was one of the majors, and I think that these big majors are constantly competing with one another to see who has the best marathon, who has the biggest marathon, who has the best elite field, who's got the chance to break a world record. Remember that London had the largest number of people who entered the lottery, right? We're talking like they're getting close to like 1 million people trying to sign up for the London Marathon. And so whatever the London Marathon does kind of sets the tone for the other majors, for most of the other majors that follow in 2026. So they're kind of like the trailblazers for the beginning of the year after Tokyo, Boston, then you've got London for all of those big marathons. They always have that competition with New York, as we know, for biggest marathons.
Yeah, and London always has like the hottest, craziest elite field. They spend the most money. They bring in all of the big time talent. You can only imagine that they're going to try to put together a sub 2 hour attempt on the men's side. And as always, they always go after the women's only world record in London each spring. Number 16 here. Guys gave me the one with the tough name to say.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Rob Semmelkeier.
Well done.
Well done.
Yes, I think I nailed it.
Nailed it.
Rob, let us know in the comments if you're listening or watching. Did I get your name right? Somebody who's not a household name, I think, to our audience or to many runners, but somebody who has a huge amount of influence. And that is because he is the CEO of the New York Roadrunners. And the New York Roadrunners, of course, organize and own the New York City Marathon, the NYC Half, a bunch of other very large races in the New York City area.
Was that strategically placed next to the race director of the London Marathon?
May have been a little bit of clever list making there. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yes. New York just above London, right? And of course, the New York City Marathon every year is always going for the record of having the most number of participants and finishers in the marathon, which they currently hold that record. They're knocking on the door of 60,000 people. Finishing New York. I can only imagine they're going to go for it this year. So, I mean, New York retains the belt as the grand poobah of marathons, the big global focal point in marathon running. And Mr. Semmelkeier. I'll say his name a second time because I'm now comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Semmelkeier is in charge of the show there. So I would definitely rank him in our top 26 most influential people in running.
Not a household name, but build longer houses. Maybe one day he will be. Number 15. The boys at LetsRun. And we're calling them the boys because I think it's appropriate.
Yes,
Okay.
the terrible children at LetsRun.
Weldon Johnson, Robert Johnson, who are brothers, and journalist John Galt, who have become, say, maybe the truth tellers of the running world. Especially, here's where LetsRun shine. In a year where there's a lot of wrongdoing, and this year was a year of wrongdoing, or I guess last year, 2025. There's a lot of doping, some doping that people did not want to speak to. Our colleague Amby Burfoot stuck his neck out there and accused Ruth Chepengedich of doing something unforthcoming, and people almost ate him up whole online because it was not cool to assume that a woman was doping. Listen, this woman was doping. And you know who else was talking about that? LetsRun. They don't have much trouble being negative. They don't feel like they need to be popular. And sometimes that's exactly what's needed. When we think of LetsRun, think of the message boards and the vitriol. And yeah, there is that. And that's a part of the website. And it's kind of part of the ecosystem. And I don't go on there. If I was a real elite runner, I would never, ever check out what people are saying. It's a great question.
About me. Would you, if you were an elite runner, would you be on LetsRun? Would you read what the boards say about you? Oof. Yeah.
But these three guys, Weldon Johnson, Robert Johnson, and John Galt, are, I think, a really important part of our ecosystem. And sometimes they're the ones who are willing to say the things that many people are not. So they rank number 15.
Truth tellers. I love it. So for number 14, we have Allie Feller. Now, she is the podcast host of Allie on the Run, and I think it's the biggest running podcast in the world, right? Or one of them. So she's been, she's extremely influential, and she's also been, I think, really helpful by sharing her experiences, and also she's very candid about her recent health challenges. And I think that a lot of runners from all different walks of life can really relate to her. And I think that's what people love. They love when they're able to listen to someone chat, and it's not just all talking about elite times or talking about fast stuff. Like, it's a real recreational runner and just a very inspiring person. I think she's also a mother. She just has a lot of things that all of the running community really can relate to and want to hear. So you guys probably even have the numbers there. What's her following? It's just massive, right?
It's huge.
It's huge.
She's regularly ranked the top podcast in running. She'll go back and forth with a couple other big ones, but she's been at it for so long. I mean, her podcast is hundreds of episodes now, and she'll interview everybody. Like probably everybody on this list has been interviewed by her. So she'll talk to elite athletes, she'll talk to middle of the pack runners, she'll talk to race organizers. So she is a instrumental part of the running culture, I would say. I feel okay. So 13. I feel, you know what, Katelyn? I'm passing the ball to you because I know she's your girl. Oh, you go with 13.
Sure.
Go with 13.
Okay. Well, so Courtney Dauwalter, you guys know she is my idol in the trail running world and just a runner in general. So with Courtney, I can't wait to see what she's going to do in 2026. And obviously, again, she's going to be another trailblazer. So not only is she still, and there might be some controversy about this with the next one, with number 12, she is still the ultra marathoning GOAT.
Yeah.
And she decided in 2025 that she was going to take on the road. So she ran her first road marathon. Her second road marathon, I think she ran at 2:38 at CIM. She chopped 10 minutes off of it. I mean, she's going from running 250-kilometer races, 100-mile races, to a road marathon in her very iconic, super cool Courtney style, like board shorts down to the knees, big t-shirt with a big group of elite women in the front of CIM, just chugging along her gooders, looking as cool as always. And she just shines no matter where she goes. So I think that she mentioned in her last Instagram post after CIM, she's like, I have to do this distance again. And so what we secretly think is that she is going to chase an Olympic trials qualifying time at some point. Yeah. So that's kind of that's her, probably one of her plans for next year. But also, she has Hard Rock on the list. And so she's got another hard 100-miler on the list that she is going to come face-to-face with our number 12. Who wants to take it?
Well, okay, I'll take it, then I'll punt it back to you. But I think what's so fun about Courtney Dauwalter is she's answering this question that many running nerds have in real time. Can an elite trail runner hack it on the roads? There's a vice versa element to that question too, but it's fun to see Dauwalter go down to the marathon and put her money where her mouth is.
Well, yeah, people always tell it, like, think about trail runners and they think, well, trail runners aren't fast. And it's just such a, and it's not true. There are a lot of trail runners who are very fast. And so I love it that she's paving the way to show that, yes, trail runners, we can also be fast. It just doesn't mean that we're, hiking mountains all the time.
Paving the way, no pun intended. Who is she paving the way for? Herself or for our number 12 athlete?
Oh, well done.
Katie Schide.
Yes.
With Courtney Dauwalter taking away a little bit of her focus off the trails and onto the roads. Does that pave the way for Katie Schide? Katelyn, what do you think?
Yeah, so we've got Katie Schide, who has just been stellar in the trail races over the past couple of years. And, she has taken course records from Courtney. Courtney has, taken first place and Katie second. And then Katie Schide has won some of those really big races. But they have not come face to face. I think the last time was 2023 in Western States. Not so long ago, I guess, but it will have been 3 years once they end up facing off again this year at Hard Rock, where I think Katie Schide was the first woman to run under 26 hours, and right now she holds the course record. But Courtney and Katie faced off in 2023. Courtney came in first place in Western States. Katie came in second place in Western States. Now we've got, Katie winning UTMB in 2024, and we've got Courtney winning Hard Rock in 2024. And this is going to be an amazing year for the two best female ultra trail runners in the world coming face to face. To me, there's nothing better than great competition. And I'm going to be biting my nails watching that race to see what's going to happen.
I did not realize, I'm just looking at both Katie Schide and Courtney Dauwalter's Wikipedia articles as points of comparison. First of all, Courtney Dauwalter is going to be 41 next month, and she just threw down a 2:38, and I think she's trending upwards in the marathon in terms of performance. That's super cool.
She gives us hope. She gives us hope, Michael.
Courtney, age grade that. It's a good looking time is what that is. Katie Schide right now, peak of her powers. She's in her early 30s. She's ascended in the last couple of years. She could become, kind of the next Courtney Dauwalter if she puts together a couple of wins, especially in a head-to-head win at an event, a prestigious 100-miler like Hard Rock, of course. Okay, so number 11 is a person probably almost nobody listening or watching knows, but is a very influential character, especially going into 2026, and that is Donna Stone, who is an executive at the Abbott World Marathon Majors. She oversees the World Marathon Majors as an organization, as a company. And she's got a couple of really big decisions to make this year and in the next couple of years. And where the World Marathon Majors goes in 2026 and beyond is, they're at a huge point right now. They added Sydney last year. That was the 7th. Presumably they're adding Cape Town in 2026. So that's the next decision they have to make. And then do they continue? Do they add Shanghai? Do they try to add a race in the Americas? Do they go to 10 World Marathon Majors? What's that going to look like? How do they shape and change this brand as they continue to add it without watering it down? Huge question. 2026 is a big year for World Marathon Majors. That's why we've got her number 11 on the list.
I'm glad you mentioned watering it down because this is a two-pronged question. There's offense and there's also defense. You want to make sure that the next year, the Berlin Marathon isn't incredibly hot and maybe you activate against that. You want to make sure that Chicago remains fast. You want to make sure that Boston remains special. All these things are really tough interventions to take. And if you're too focused on, building in Shanghai and building in Cape Town, you got to be careful not to make your flagship products worse. So yeah, I agree. That's a huge, huge year for Miss Stone.
Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to do the top 10.
Oh, we're there already.
This is a hot 10. There's a couple of really, it's couple of good ones in here for
And
sure.
hot take, actually not hot take, the person who runs the least on this list, I think, figures
Is
in the
number
top 10.
10?
That's probably that's a fair tease right there. Okay, we'll be right
Well
back.
done.
All right, we're back. Number 10. I feel like this guy owns a semi-permanent place on the top 10 of the most influential people in running each year. And he has the most sort of like outsized presence. And also probably, has he run a step in 2025?
This
I don't know
is
if
our
he
guy.
did.
He's run the least.
Lazarus Lake. Laz Lake, the mad genius behind the Barkley marathons. Now, Laz Lake, I would say, there's like 40 people that run the Barkley every year. So it's probably like
Maybe like one that finishes.
yeah. I mean, he does a few different kind of wild ultra races, but obviously he is most well known as being one of the central, like the antagonist and central characters in the great epic that is the Barkley marathons. It is crazy. This race is an event that is not live streamed, not televised, inaccessible to cell reception when you're there, basically covered through word of mouth each year. And it's also a race where most years there are no finishers, as it's, famous for at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But this
it's
is
a
an
race
event
that eats their young.
That's right. It's even got a tagline.
Yeah, it does.
And a Netflix documentary.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think a couple other people on this list maybe have been featured in Netflix content. But I would say Lazarus Lake is easily one of the most influential people in running in the last decade because this event has captivated people well beyond the running world.
Mm-hmm.
It is the event that I get asked about the most, for sure.
Yeah, for years. We have categories: ultra runner, athlete, CEO, and Laz Lake's category is Laz Lake.
That's right. He's a one of one.
He has his own category. Yeah, and we've actually spoken a lot about what's next for the Barkleys and Laz Lake next year because he finally, when Jasmine Paris finished, when she finished the Barkley Marathons, not last year, but the year before, it was the first woman to ever finish. I think, we've talked a lot about it, that he felt like he needed to take that and bring the Barkleys to the next level because people are not supposed to finish that race. And maybe for that year, there was a larger number than usual. So he took it like a challenge. Like, okay, I'm going to make the race even harder. And this past year, did anyone even finish? No one finished. No one finished.
It was like the toughest year ever.
Yeah, the toughest year ever.
A lot of metrics. It was the toughest year ever, yeah.
So what is he going to do this year to continue to, because it just makes the race that much more exciting. Like more people want to try to run it, more people want to try to get in because it's exclusive in a way that people can't even finish it. So what is he going to do next now that he's had a year where a bunch of people finished that he didn't want to finish and then there were no finishers? Now what? What do you guys think?
Well, I think he's going to do the Laz Lake thing and calibrate it perfectly because the Barkley Marathon only exists for as long as it's appropriately hard, which is an open question. If no one ever finishes it, people lose interest. But if it becomes easier and easier to finish, it loses the intrigue. So he's not like any other race director, which is maybe why he's ranked higher than the other race directors on this list.
That's right, he is.
He's got a different job every year. Like the New York City Marathon race director doesn't need to make the course appropriately hard. That's done. Whereas Laz Lake plays a key role in the Barkley every year. And the year that he slips, the Barkley kind of dies.
Yeah. And every year he seems to nail it. He now has got some help. He has a co-race director that's helping him now. But at the same time, this is the guy who is he's the visionary behind all of this. And he is definitely the one who's going to be able to figure out how to tinker with it just so to keep our interest. He's a master at the attention economy in a profound way. Okay, I could talk for an hour about Laz Lake.
No, I know. I think that we need to cover that
crush.
Event. Yes,
a man crush on a chain-smoking old man from Tennessee with a beard. Yeah,
I've got number.
Fine.
Yeah, fine. But I think that we need to go cover that event once. Michael, maybe you can run a lap.
I've covered the event and I've informally run the Barkley course, but actually competing and doing that event is a terrifying prospect.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's move on to someone a little prettier than Laz Lake, shall we?
Absolutely.
How's that?
Very
Katelyn.
well done. Number 9, I have Harry Styles. He is, of course, on the top 10. He is our celebrity marathoning GOAT, and he is very influential in the running world. And we say that for a couple of reasons. One, because he definitely has one of the top times, right? You always have long lists of celebrity runners, and this is an extremely impressive time. I mean, sub 3 to me is always going to be wow. And he got 257, somewhere around there. And
259.
259. Oh, sorry, 259. You mentioned 257 about the YouTuber. That's right. 259. And what Harry Styles is looking for in 2026 is he wants to be Q. So we want to see what that looks like for him. He's very young. His BQ qualifying time, I believe, is 2:55. Then you've got to take another 5-6 minutes off of that. So he definitely has his work cut out for him, and that's what makes it exciting. And there's something else that I really like about Harry Styles, and it's the way that he's inspiring runners, because he's taking the marathon, and because he's cool, and I'm going to sound like such an old person using this word, and hip. He's making running fast cool. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I totally agree.
Yeah, like he's making running hard and being, a really serious, trying to really break those limits cool for runners. And I love that about him, because he's inspiring people to push themselves to their limits, and that's a great inspiration to all of us.
He's trying to do he's doing what Alex is trying to do. You're trying to influence a generation of young people to be into running hard and running fast. Harry's just doing it by example.
I'm talking about it on the podcast.
You're talking about it on the podcast.
Like, you joke, but you're right. It's like, I like to think that if I had Harry Styles' platform, I would want to conduct myself as a runner like he does. He takes it seriously, which is really nice. Do you guys think that Harry Styles has gotten spooked by all of the running nerds and fans out there putting a bunch of pressure on his next marathon? Does he consume this stuff? Is he petrified now?
He does run under an alias, under a pseudonym, right? And now that's presumably just so that there isn't a huge amount of media following him around on the course when he's running the race. But you gotta think that the tabloid, because he's British, and you got to think that the British tabloid media has now figured out, like, hey, this guy likes to run the World Marathon Majors, so maybe we should send someone to Tokyo or London just in case. Is he scared of the Let's Run forum? Does Harry Styles read Let's Run? That is
probably
a big
not.
question.
I'm sure that these celebrities don't try not to get too into media, because if they do, they're just going to drive themselves crazy. I mean, I think that I don't know. I think probably they try to avoid most of it for any pressure or negative comments, or I don't know. What do you guys think? You think that they consume everything that's written about them?
You're just making me realize something. It's like, if you're that big, it's probably anything that you do elicits like crazy attention from its nerd niche community. Like, if it was discovered that Harry Styles loved chocolate chip cookies, all the chocolate chip cookie aficionado would probably show up at his door and want to bake him cookies. And so,
That's right.
Yeah, no, he's probably lived that in a bunch of other weird ways.
Harry Styles has his own subreddit. Like, he's at that level, right? Yeah. So this is a nerve-wracking thought. Harry Styles is really it's clear he's really into running. He's a running nerd. He's like into running like we're into running. It seems that way, at least.
Sure. Yeah.
Make you nervous to think if maybe Harry Styles is listening right now?
No, I hope he's.
I hope. Harry Styles, if you're listening, come on the podcast.
There you go.
Come on,
We'd
runs
love
like
to
hell.
have you.
I will take you through a good, hard 5K, and we'll see how quick you are.
Oh, next time he's on tour, stop in Toronto.
Please.
And,
please. We'll come to you.
We'll come to you. Exactly. Just give us a shout. podcast@marathonhandbook.com. Just email us, Harry, and we'll hang. We'll talk. We'll give you the secrets. We'll give you the BQ secrets. There you go. Yes. There are secrets. That's right. Yes. Okay, is it my turn now? I think it is.
Yes, it's your turn.
Yes. Okay. Number 8.
Oh no, Alex's turn.
Oh, sorry. That's right. You go.
Well, let's go. You love this guy. I also like this guy. Eliud Hill, Nike CEO at number 8. We don't put that many CEOs on the list. There are 2 CEOs in the top 10. Little spoiler. I think Eliud Hill deserves to be there because Nike is going through a pivotal period in a lot of ways. And preface this by acknowledging that Nike is more than running. Running is one small-ish to medium-sized part of what Nike has grown to be. But even on the running side of things, we've mentioned it earlier in the pod, Nike's got something to prove. Eliud Hill's got something to prove. He was a Nike lifer, which I think people like in a CEO. He seems to know the company from the inside out. And look, their stock price is way down. It's a tough year. It's been a tough couple years even for Nike on the running side of things. They're not losing Eliud Kipchoge, but they're kind of losing Eliud Kipchoge. It's not like he's going to be competing like he used to. They need to prop up someone else to take their place. Another spoiler of who's coming up on this list.
Yep.
And so it's a big file. He's got a thick file.
Just in running alone. And then there's also football and basketball and I guess other sports.
LeBron's getting old, man. He's balding. Like, good God, 2026 is going to be a big year.
LeBron's not balding. What are you talking about?
Well, listen, if you were 7 feet tall, maybe you could see it. But I saw him sitting down once and he's balding at the top of his head.
Yikes.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, he's got the weird haircut thing. And I feel for him. As a follically challenged middle-aged man as well, I feel for LeBron. I relate to LeBron.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Eliud Hill. He's a big deal. I mean, let's not mince words here. If we were creating a actual most influential people full stop, just like not list making, but just the most influential people is probably a list of the 26 biggest CEOs in running, right? I mean, because they are the most influential people in running, full stop. But I would say if you're selecting from that list in order to make a fun and interesting and varied list of the most influential people in running, as we have done, Eliud Hill is definitely towards the top. So he makes sense in the top 10. I mean, Nike has got a big year coming up. As you said, in running, they have to figure out the post-Kipchoge succession plan, which we'll talk about in a minute with another athlete or two. And then they've reoriented their entire shoe lineup in 2025 and had quite a bit of success with it. And so they've got a few holes still to fill in 2026. And they've got to come out with a new super shoe in 2026. And I think they're going to come out with, here's my bold prediction. They're coming out with 2 new super shoes in 2026.
2 new super shoes, you think?
That's my prediction. Yeah. So it's going to be a big year for Nike, and he's the guy at the top. Number 7. I'll take this one. My boy.
Oh, yeah.
Sebastian Sawe, elite marathon runner, Adidas athlete, champion for clean sport. Sebastian Sawe. Sebastian Sawe ran the fastest marathon time in the world last year. I think he ran arguably one of the greatest marathon performances of all time in Berlin last September. He ran a 2:02 in just absolutely sweaty, gross conditions. This is the guy who's going to break the 2-hour barrier in a legit marathon. This is going to be the guy it's probably going to happen I think it's going to happen. If he gets a good weather day in Berlin this year, he's breaking the 2-hour barrier. And he's also leading the charge with Adidas being the top flight brand right now in the super shoe game. Sebastian Sawe, really important character. And I think Adidas is going to continue to push him forward he's not a Kipchoge-like character because Kipchoge transcends the sport and he's so much more than just performance. I think we're going to hear a lot more from Sebastian Sawe in 2026. I'm excited for him.
I think so. I think that on the women's side of things, the worst possible thing happened in that we had a standout athlete. We had our breakthrough performance. We had the sub 2:10 moment in Ruth Chepngetich, and then she got popped for doping. And I actually think it's really smart what Adidas is doing with Sebastian Sawe, positioning him as a highly, highly tested athlete. So that the day that he breaks 2, if that happens,
he's got the receipts.
He's got the receipts, and that's so important. And I'm afraid that if he's not the one to break 2, if it's Mr. Kaplimo, whose agent has had a terrible past with representing athletes who have doped.
Yep.
Or John Career, who's got no dirt on him, but also isn't sticking his neck out as a thoroughly anti-doping athlete. Not saying that we should suspect him, but saying that Sebastian Sawe is doing a bit more for the fight. And so I'm hoping that he's the one to break it.
Nice segue there, by the way.
You took the words out of my mouth, Michael. I was just going to say, Alex, did you just tee this up? Could you have teed it up any more perfectly?
Yeah, I'll say that was intentional.
Okay. So with number 6, we have Tigst Assefa. And what Alex mentioned about Ruth Chepengedich and the scandal last year and just the world record for me in the women's field, not even counting Ruth's record. For me, that doesn't count. It's Tigst Assefa who still holds that, right? Because for us, she has the unofficial current world record, because if you don't count Ruth Chepengedich, she's there in second place. And so to me, we need Tigst Assefa to come in and clean up this mess. Okay, we need her to come in and to
well said.
Yeah, right. Like just come in, beat her time, have a wonderful year, run some great marathons, because she is the person that we're looking up to. She is our idol. She is our inspiration. So I want her this year. I really want to see her. I can't wait to see what she's racing. I can't wait to watch her race and see what she has in store for us. And so we can just kind of try to erase the mess from last year and see what happens.
So with that, let's propose a nickname for Tigst Assefa.
Oh, okay.
I propose the janitor.
The janitor. like she's like a like the wolf in Pulp Fiction, the Harvey Keitel character that comes in to clean up the mess
That's
afterwards.
That's
okay.
It.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like that. I think the wolf probably sounds cooler than the janitor.
That's taken.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen Pulp Fiction, then you're going to miss the. And
it's a good point.
Anyone who's younger than 25, I don't think has seen Pulp Fiction.
It's shameful.
Have you seen?
That's too bad.
Our producer Koske
has not seen Pulp Fiction.
Shaking his head
he hasn't.
Right now. 25, he's not seen Pulp Fiction. My goodness.
All right, Koske, that's what we're doing at the next get-together. The next Marathon Handbook get-together. Watch Pulp Fiction.
And when do we have 2 free hours during these marathons?
Never.
3 free hours.
Yeah, that's a longer movie.
No, we have to pull an all-nighter. It's the only way it's going to happen.
I love it.
Just
movie
look up
night.
some TikToks. There's some Pulp Fiction TikToks.
Look up some TikTok. Watch some YouTube clips.
Mm-hmm.
The Vincent Vega, to go with the Pulp Fiction poll here. Our number 5. He could have been number 1 if we were doing this. If we really had a crystal ball and went back to the beginning of 2025, this guy should have been like our number 1 most influential person in 2025. Number 5, your boy, your man crush.
My man's crush.
I was going to say, is it my boy, your boy, Alex's boy, or our boy?
Your man's crush, your man crush, Katelyn's Mantz crush. It's Connor Mantz.
Connor Mantz. You know what? We've gotten a lot of heat for the amount of love that we've shown to Connor Mantz on this channel. And I wonder why that is. I think there's an argument, because we named him Runner of the Year. And there's a very fair argument that, like, hey, a 2:04 marathoner is nothing compared to a 2:02 marathoner. Why is it not Sebastian Sawe? And I think that's fair, and I feel like we've belabored this point. We are in North America. That will influence what we're about to say, but it's true that I think American distance running and North American distance running needed a guy.
Yeah,
yes.
They needed a horse in the race.
Yes.
He's pushing it to a new level. Yeah, he's that guy who's pushing American distance running to a new level.
And it's cool because you don't know where he's going with it, how far he can go. 1 year from pretty much this weekend, he ran the Houston Half Marathon. So in early 2025, he came in, not that confident, previously a 1 hour XX half marathoner, good American marathoner.
Yep.
He ran 59 low, broke the American record, and apparently wasn't even all that fit that weekend. That was a precursor to what was to come. And now it's like, okay, when he's back doing this half marathon, how fast will he go? When he's doing a major once again, does he go 2:03, 2:02? I think it's just breathed new life in all of American and North American distance running. And it needed that.
And he's fighting for podiums. And what we heard, the buzz that we heard, right, in Chicago is that, oh, okay, we got to watch out for Conor Mantz, right? That's, I mean, he is changing the landscape of marathon running. He's in there and he is a threat to the podium. He came in 4th in Boston. He came in 4th in Chicago.
Yep.
He is right there. He's on the heels of these guys and he's fighting for that podium. And I can't wait to see when he hits that podium in 2026.
And he's got just enough personality too, right? It's not just that he's just a quick runner. He is also somebody who's a lovely human being to chat with. And I think in a good ambassador for the sport as well. So great spot for him. I think that makes a lot of sense. He's at number 5. Okay, number 4.
Number 4.
I don't even know whose turn it is anymore.
I'll take it because will this be the last year that he's on the list?
No way.
No. It won't be. But
No
It's a
way.
question though. It's a question. And this is somebody who I'd say if we did this list in 2020, it's a no-brainer. This guy is the number 1 most influential person in running.
Hands
He
down.
is at number 4, and that is Eliud Kipchoge, the patron saint of the marathon,
The master.
the warrior monk of running, the Yoda of the distance. Kipchoge, basically 2025 will go down in history in marathon running as the last year of Eliud Kipchoge, elite marathon runner or like world-class competitive marathon runner. He is all but retired. He's kind of walked back a little bit of the New York City Marathon talk where he was saying he was done and he was moving on to new challenges. And he's now sort of saying like, well, I'm just not going to be going after world marathon major podiums anymore. I'm going to be doing something different. And he's got a new concept where he's going to run marathons around the world. It's kind of like a weird, opaque idea. There was mention of him like running in Antarctica. And he said, he told us at one point, like, I might consider running on the trail at some point. Like he's all over the map, but he is still such a huge figure. And I think that all eyes will be on him. I know certainly we will be watching what he is up to, and he will definitely be someone that we talk about in 2026 on this podcast and certainly on our news feed on basically whenever he does something. So I think the Kipper is still, he looms so large in running still. He is such an important figure. And I think, interestingly enough, we'll get to this in a couple of seconds here when we talk about our top picks. But I think filling his super shoes, to use a metaphor, is a big factor in who the most influential person is or will be in 2026 in running. So in a way, he is kind of beyond this list because his influence is so massive still. But we've got him slotted at number 4.
Nothing to add to that.
I know. I was just kind of soaking it all in and thinking, what else can I say? Yeah.
Oh,
The legend is going to use his amazing platform to continue inspiring runners everywhere. That's
World
what
peace,
he does.
World
Maybe.
peace. Maybe, you know what? Like if this Pope doesn't work out, you could just step in. I don't know if he's Catholic or not, but
Like Antarctica needs a
Antarctica
religious
president.
ambassador.
Needs a president. There you go.
of Antarctica. Yeah, you could go there.
King of the Penguins.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're at our podium.
Our top 3.
Our top 3. Let's give our next person the bronze medal. This is also a name that you might not have heard of right away, but when you hear his title, you'll understand. This is Michael Martin.
Michael Martin. Chris Martin's older brother.
Oh boy. Michael Martin was the guy on the camera who like panned it over to the CEO and 2025
Oh,
jokes.
wow. No. Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave that in 2025. Michael Martin. No relation to Chris Martin or Steve Martin, as far as I know.
Or Martin Short.
Martin Short.
We're just jumping around
all
now.
the Martins. He's the CEO of Strava, which I think now, in 2026, you can say there's like one running app. Like there used to be a million running apps. There's like MyFitnessPal, there's like Under Armour had an app, and then there was the Nike app, and there's so many apps. Now, like if you're a runner, you have at least the one app, and it's Strava. And if you don't have Strava, either it's because you got tired of people looking at your workouts or you're not a real one. Like you need to know what Strava is. And Michael Martin came in a couple years ago. He's made his presence felt because if you are on Strava, and if you're listening to this, you probably are, you've likely noticed that it's become a little bit more like the rest of your social media platforms.
Yeah.
There was a DM
Right.
feature on and off. You could message people. The kudos remain a thing. You can add photos. You can be in groups. It's kind of like Facebook circa 2008 or 9.
I don't know if that's a compliment or an
It's more-
insult.
There's no
Yeah.
Farmville's the only thing we're missing.
Yeah.
But it makes you wonder, where is Michael Martin taking Strava? This guy's got experience at YouTube. He was at Disney. He's got some time at Nike, NBC Universal. So he's coming at it from a bunch of different angles. Clearly knows sports. And he's making me wonder, okay, what else will Strava do? They've already acquired Runna. What's the next move?
Yeah, it has evolved so much, right? Before you just thought it was, okay, now instead of a running log in a notebook where I'm going to write it down, now I have my running log in Strava and then kind of checking out what other people do. Yeah, there's only one person I know who isn't on Strava, yet he's
Guys are brutal.
in the room.
Guys are brutal.
Yeah, even Kosuke's on Strava.
Even Kosuke, that's right, exactly.
I technically am on Strava. I have a secret account, but
Yeah, you hide everything.
everything's hidden, and and you guys ain't. I'm not letting you into the moat is deep and wide around my Strava.
Michael is afraid of entry number 23, Derek Murphy.
That's right. That's right. Discovers I don't run at all. Didn't run in 2025 at all. But no.
Michael straps his
Sadly, that's
watch
not
onto
true.
his son and sends him
That's
out.
right. That's right. My kid does all my running for me. I have a Strava mule. He's my child. My 7-year-old.
I could put it on my Vizsla Francesca, and she run I literally think when I run 10K, she runs 30. Yeah, like she goes back and forth so many times. It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see what happens if I put my watch on her one day.
I put my watch on my border collie Charlie when R.I.P. Charlie. Many years ago, about a decade ago, and yeah, he ran. It was about twice as much as
it's
I
about
ran.
double. Yeah, that's what it'll be that. It has to be at least that. I can't tell you how many times she comes back and forth while I'm still in the same spot.
Kills your numbers though when they stop to sniff at things. So it's just like
Also, the heart rate variability. Garbage.
it's like, wow,
brings
that's
that pace right down.
a high heart rate you got there. Yeah, no, this guy that Strava. A CEO you may not be as familiar with, of course. They're a little bit of a behind-the-scenes type of operator, but Strava is just this. They're the quintessential app. They have a monopoly. Like somebody needs to come along and challenge them because they have a ridiculous monopoly on running.
It's gonna be hard to do.
And I think it's a huge, huge year coming for Strava in terms of what are they going to do with Runna? Are they going to continue having Runna as like a separate thing, or are they going to start to merge it into their premium offerings? There's so many things that they could still do in the platform that they've not yet done. I know he comes from a YouTube shopping background, so I've mused in the past on this podcast that he's somebody who might start evolving the e-com space within Strava. Like, hey, we see that your shoes, you've run 500 miles in those pair of Asics, whatever. Like, you know, you can buy them here from Running Warehouse, blah, 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 blah. So, which monetizing kind of every aspect of Strava could happen. And they have a monopoly, so why wouldn't you? All right.
Okay. Am I going with number? Oh, wait, we are already up there. Number 2. All right, we've got our top 2 now. Ooh, I love this. Okay. So, number 2, we have Faith Kipyegon. Okay.
Yeah.
So, arguably the most dominant middle distance runner out there right now. She's got records, Olympic titles. I mean, she is just incredible. She did the breaking 4 this year to try to get under 4 minutes in the mile. A huge Nike event, and just incredibly influential to, I want to say, women runners. Obviously, runners everywhere, but very influential to women runners. Just love her presence. I mean, just aside from her incredible talent, her presence is amazing. Love listening to her. Love watching her run. So huge. That's why she's on our list for number 2.
I was not convinced about this.
No?
Whoa, hot take.
Oh, okay. You didn't tell us this.
I wasn't
Go on.
convinced about this.
Go ahead.
Faith Kipyegon deserves to be at least number 2 for the 2025 list.
Oh, you're like, this is
Oh,
rewarding the past, not
got
thinking about
it.
the future.
Okay.
A little bit. Not saying that she's not
I
going to do
see.
anything this year, but Faith Kipyegon is primarily on the track. Last
Mhm.
year was a big track year with Worlds, with Breaking 4. I hope that I'm proven wrong, and this is how I would be proven wrong. Nike, we've talked about Nike a whole lot. I think we've established that they're in a position to pounce. They need to do something, right? If Sebastian Sawe breaks 2, that's an Adidas story. If Tigst Assefa remains and furthers her legacy as the de facto best female marathon in the world, that's an Adidas story. Nike needs to do something. Kipchoge's out of the running. Maybe they do something else with Faith Kipyegon. Maybe they tweak their tech. Maybe they get her to try again.
That's
If
what
so-
I was going to ask. Don't you think that she's going to want to try again? I mean,
absolutely.
of course she is going to want that sub 4 mile.
But I don't know how they do it. I don't think you can pull off the same marketing event 2
No,
years in a
It's an
row.
extremely
Right.
expensive effort.
Right.
Yeah, it just opens itself up to more scrutiny. It does feel like a one and done type thing, but I think at this stage, that Breaking 4 has put her in this very prominent position, as you said, Katelyn, like what she has done and is capable of doing for women's track, but women's running overall, and how Nike will no doubt continue to position her because now she's like heavily media trained. Now she's used to this like massive
The
spotlight.
spotlight. Yeah.
So she's a really capable person in that regard to be a huge mascot for the sport overall. And so I don't actually know what she's going to do in 2026 beyond just be probably the best damn middle distance runner of this generation, men or women. But I'm excited to see what she's going to do. And I think it makes a lot of sense to have her at number 2.
Yeah. And on the track, she will be women's track in 2026 with Beatrice Trebet stepping off for a little while.
Oh,
That's right.
yes.
Family.
That's right.
So
I should say in honorable mentions or like someone who did not make our list because we just found out that Beatrice Trebet is having a kid this year and taking the year off. So she is doing more important things in 2026 than running. Yeah. Our number 1.
Oh, I love our number 1.
All right. Any guesses at home?
Well, yeah, just in the comments right
Yeah.
now, put down who you think.
Mhm.
There's one like glaring omission.
Who did we
Yes.
miss? It is the On Robot. Just kidding. It is Ed Eyestone. Just kidding. It is Amby Burfoot. Shout out to Amby. Just kidding. We had a
Oh.
lot of honorable mentions here.
We'll get into the honorable mentions in a second.
Oh,
here,
are we
but-
having an honorable mentions section?
Yeah, we're just gonna
Oh,
quickly power them off here.
boom.
Okay.
All right.
But first, our number
The
one
one,
most
the only.
influential person in running in 2026 will be Sifan Hassan. How do you guys feel about that pick?
Good.
Oh my God. I love that pick. Right now, she's the biggest up and coming marathon star, I think, in the world today. She is so incredibly inspiring. And at the same time, at being as elite as she is, she makes you feel like you're on her level when you talk to her.
Yeah,
and when,
she's real.
She's a
Yeah.
real person. And so not only are we just like ready to see what Sifan Hassan is going to throw at us next year, we've talked about her being like the next Eliud Kipchoge, right? She is like she's already incredible. She's versatile. She's an incredible track athlete, yet she's an amazing marathoner. I mean, she has it all.
I think she goes for something big this year. And she's
Yeah.
the type of person who is totally fearless in that regard and will get on board with trying a huge project. I think that with the women's world record being clearly doped and tainted from our perspective at this stage and being kind of this gray area thing, I think there's a big opportunity for someone like Sifan Hassan, as well as obviously Tigst Assefa high up on our list. I think that maybe what could happen is Tigst Assefa could actually run faster than Sifan Hassan in 2026 and perform at a higher level in terms of just the number. But I think that in terms of presence and import as a personality in distance running, if Nike are Nike and they know what they're doing, they're a marketing machine. They will start to position her as the heir apparent to Eliud Kipchoge. And it was no coincidence that in 2025, it was kind of the Kipchoge Sifan Hassan tour in both Sydney and in New York. It felt like a succession plan was in place. And we got to see it in full relief when we were in New York and we basically hung out with both of them for like an hour. It was super weird.
No big deal.
Yeah. And like you said, Katelyn, like a very like an all too human person, Sifan Hassan. You know, she's an oversharer, which is great.
I loved it.
and she's got something about her that no other runner, not even Eliud Kipchoge, can claim. Every running event of the year, say for maybe the Barkley Marathons, can be a Sifan Hassan event.
That's right.
That's the insane part.
Yeah.
You're
She
right.
could show up to the Ultimate Championships and rip it up. She could be at any major marathon. She could do a second major marathon 2 months after the first major marathon and do well. She's got that quality that I haven't seen in the sport. And so no matter what year comes, it can be a Sifan Hassan year. And that's gold for Nike.
It's been such a tough thing to choose who we would classify as the most influential person in running in this coming year. But I'm starting to feel really good. I've like talked myself into it here. I think Sifan Hassan is I wasn't against it in the first place, but I feel it's a sturdy number one pick, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's quickly some honorable mentions before we go here. Katelyn teased us before with saying, she's like, you guys forgot a big name.
And we're like, who will
And
put
we're
on the
like,
list?
what?
She's
Who?
like, nope.
No.
You did this to yourself.
We're just gonna punish
I'm
you after.
not going to tell you, because then you're going to put them on the list. No, I had Kilian Jornet on my list just because I know that like what Alex said about 2025, you know, not to kind of think about what they did in 2025, but think about what they're going to do in 2026. But Kilian Jornet did his huge peaks, summits, doing all these tons. His crazy adventure this year. And I just want to see what he's going to do in 2026. He's always doing something so over the top. So I always feel like, you know, there's some honorable mention there for Kilian Jornet who has to be there because he is just always going to do something that's going to inspire runners everywhere.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a good poll. And he maybe, you know what's going to happen is he's going to go out and just do something completely insane in 2026. And we're going to be like, he should have been like,
he should have been on the list.
Yeah.
So do you guys think anyone is missed there? No.
I got a lot of people that could have been slotted, I feel, in like between 20 and 26. Like just a couple, I'll rattle off a couple of names. Like, what if Jasmine Paris, who was the first woman to ever finish the Barkley, what if she does something pretty extraordinary? What if she comes back to the Barkley in 2026?
Is she planning on something? Is she scheming?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
She's been quiet.
I got Carrie Pinkowski, who is the race director of the Chicago Marathon. In the industry, he is widely known as the best race director overall. And he's in a really weird spot right now because he's got that mark on his race of Ruth Chepngetich running the potentially doped world record in Chicago. And it's like, what does he do now with this race to kind of ride? Is he just going to ride out that storm and wait it out? I think he probably is, but he's an interesting character. Yours pal, Gabby Thomas.
Yeah. Gabby.
She's a big deal and also like such an incredible personality. Somebody who I almost didn't even put on the honorable mentions list, and I thought that was kind of interesting, is Noah Lyles. He's a huge name in track, huge name in sprinting.
What is he going to do next year?
Exactly.
Who knows? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Who knows? Anybody? I mean, there's a bunch of other names. You want to list them off here?
I had a couple more, and sometimes it's just dependent on who ends up having a breakthrough performances. So talents like marathoner Benson Kipruto, Jakob Ingebrigtsen on the track, Sharon Lokedi and Helen Obiri in the marathon.
Yep.
Any of these athletes could completely break through, and then you look back and we'll say, "Oh, it was the year of Obiri, and we didn't even know." Like that's totally possible.
Right.
Jane Hedengren, I'll throw her out there, one of the like top young talents in the world, just signed with Nike. Alexi Ohanian, an event owner who was he co-founder of Reddit, who now has Athlos, which is like, it was kind of like a competitor league to Grand Slam. With Grand Slam out of the picture, he might have a chance to like jump in as the startup track league kind of guy, but I think there's a long road ahead of him there too. Yeah,
I think that also, I think I want to mention Molly Seidel, and I think it's probably because she's going into the ultra world. She's planning on running 100K in Black Canyon. I've done 100K in Black Canyon. That's a really great race. It's a fast race. I think she's going to do an awesome job, and she's going to, another amazing marathoner going into ultra running, and also who is Ed Eyestone going to give to us next? Like I always feel
seriously.
like, who is he training next? What's in the water up there? So I'm always thinking about him as well, like an amazing coach. And for those of you who don't know, Connor Mantz, Clayton, he just has these incredible. And there's a long list of incredible athletes that he trains. So we're always kind of thinking, who does he have up his sleeve? Who's going to come out in 2026 and make another smash in the running world?
More monification of U.S. distance running.
That's right. The more monification. Whoa, I don't know if I've ever heard that term before, but that's exactly what's going on.
Just invented it.
Speaking of BYU, Roy Linkletter, he's such an interesting personality. He's a friend of the pod, personal favorite, great guy, good content creator as well.
Yeah. See you in Houston in 5 days.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Travis Barker, the drummer of Blink-182 back in the day. He's gotten into running. He's doing he's kind of like Diplo, doing like this run club thing, and he's doing these events. So getting people who are not into running previously into running. Our pals Laura Green and Kafuzi, who are both gracious guests on our Runs Like Hell series, and they're and big influential people in running in their own right. I went a little negative. I put down the agent, the dirty agent, Federico Rosa as well, because he is a hugely influential person in running, for better or for worse, right? He is Ruth Chepton-Gettish's agent and has been the agent of multiple athletes who have been caught doping, and he's also unfortunately Jacob Kaplimo and Beatrice Jouvette's agent. So that's not a great look.
Who put Matt Choi in here? Get out of here.
I put Matt Choi down. Come on. He gets a lot of attention. He has a huge following on social media. Come on. Sydney McLaughlin-Laverone.
What's she
peak of her powers. She's just so good. Be
Love
really cool
her.
if her and Gabby Thomas both race the 400 and develop like an American rivalry in 2026. That'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be amazing.
Who else we got? Chris Chavez, do we call him a journalist or we call him a marketer now?
Oof. That's some massive shade right
Sidious
away.
Founder. Okay.
Yeah, it's gotten complicated.
Sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to do that to you, man. No, but Sidious, hugely influential and important platform, especially when you're talking about collegiate track in the U.S. and you're talking about track overall and track media coverage. He's a big deal. And took a lot of fire in late 2025 with the revelations about the Grand Slam track league, but Sidious is an important platform in running, so definitely a very influential figure for sure. I'm sure we missed a bunch of other people here.
Let us know in the comments. Yeah.
This is your turn, audience. This is now. Let us know all of the people we've obviously missed, and we're going to be like, oh, I can't believe I missed that person. But this is one of the fun things about making a list. Okay. All right, we did it. 2026, here we come. Hopefully all of these athletes stay healthy and all of these races sell out as they have been. And hopefully Mr. Styles runs a sub 250 marathon and
go Harry
comes on our podcast and tells us all about it.
Yes. Good vibes for Mr. Styles.
All right, guys, until next week, happy running.
And until next time.
I've never said that before.
That's usually what I say. Oh, I was going to say that's my thing. Happy running.
You guys are both happy running people. I'm like, okay, hard things until next week.
Let me do it, Michael. Okay. Actually, what do you say? See you later.
No, until next time.
I let
he
you
says
guys
till next time.
This.
It's Katelyn. Katelyn ends it. And she's like, bye.
Okay. Katelyn, and
bye.